student athletes.
That was a gritty win for us. We really needed it, and that's a tough team that we played. We knew it was a tough team. They've been, it took LSU, every team they played down to the wire. They run great offense, run great sets, and we're very well coached. And so we're fortunate. We didn't, we did some good things. I thought we could have rebounded the ball a little bit better, finished around the rim a little bit better, but we made timely plays, and our defense was solid and stout all night. And I think that's really what preserved the win for us.
Questions for the guys?
You might have had the best game of your Vanderbilt career today. Obviously, did a great job defensively too. Gave up 6 points to their leading scorer going into this game. Do you think you feel more comfortable than you did maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, kind of being the starting point guard for this team?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just takes time, like getting comfortable with this new team. But they make it easy for me, the players and the coaches. I'm getting comfortable as time's going. So, yeah.
How much of an impact do you think you can make in SEC play defensively? It seems like really starting to make a huge impact on that end as well.
Yeah, I think. I think for me, I think that's where the difference is, and that's where I can bring the most impact to the team, and just being the head of the snake and bringing that energy and getting defensive stops. That rubs off on the team, and if we're a good defensive team, we're able to defend teams, then we're gonna win a lot of games. So.
Miles, what adjustments did you guys make when you're playing without Jordan?
It's really tough playing without Jordan, him being the leader of this team and somebody that does so much for us on both ends of the court. We really just got to bring everything we can without him. Like I said, he just brings a lot of firepower to our lineup, and offensively and defensively. So some of the things we key on are just playing better defense, sitting those gaps, just trying to kind of relieve his presence a little bit on both sides of the ball.
Other questions for the guys?
Good job, man. Good job.
Thanks, Ezra.
Questions for Coach?
What is Jordan Wright's status going forward?
He's just trying to get healthy. He has a back spasms. It's tightened up on him. We don't want him at 50%. We don't want him at 60%. We don't want him at 80%. We want him to get him back 100%. We got a long season ahead of us. Again, we got a lot of guys that his absence. Again, we want Jordan Wright out there for sure, but it's an opportunity for the Colin Smith, Malik Deer, other guys to get some opportunities and some reps for us. We used our big lineup a little bit tonight. I'm starting to figure out some ways that we can utilize those guys. So it's good having those older guys on the floor together. And I think the more experience you have out there in college basketball, it gives you the best chance to win.
So your goal is to try to use the 2 big guys together this season when you can?
Yeah. I mean, we started them tonight. Kind of like what we do, and we wanted to rebound. We was thinking that we would win the paint. With playing those big guys like that, but I think it was just our own doing. We left a lot on the table around the basket tonight. I think that could have got us some separation, and it wouldn't have been as big of a dogfight as it was. When it's a 5 or 6 point game, that's a dangerous game against a team like that because they're capable of knocking down multiple threes in a row. But coming into the game, you always you scout teams. You try to play the percentages. I thought we took the threes away from the guys that we wanted to take him away from, and a guy that was 0 for 6 coming in the game, shooting 28%, jumps up and make 4-7 tonight. So it's just kind of the how it works sometimes. Yeah, I hate when that happens, because that was a scheme. We were going, playing our covers, allow him to throw back and close to him, and he got in a little rhythm there, so we had to adjust to him defensively. The one kid, 25. I think he's about 6'3", but he's playing center. Jones, he gave us fits down there. He was 6 for 10 around the basket. So as soon as he came back in the game with 4 fouls, I went right at him and tried to get him out of the game. Fortunately, we were able to do that because he was giving us some problems down there. But, yeah, man, just like I said, very, very well-coached team. We knew that. We knew that would be a good test for us, and that's what these games are for. It's a process for us, and we can't lose sight of that. We want to win them all, but we know we want to build that identity of who we are and continue to get better and trust the process of, having a new point guard. And I'd like to say, you ask Ezra, he's doing a great job. He's getting better every week. Our young guys are getting better. They're learning a lot. We spend a lot of time in the film session, so it's not just about any particular game, win or loss right now, because I honestly feel that this team is capable when we really figure out our identity and we understand what we want to do on both ends of the floor, that we can go on a big streak, and stock some wins and put ourselves in a good position, for the postseason.
Your strategy on the final defensive possession, when you foul with like 2.5 left, it almost worked out perfectly, quite honestly. And was that the idea, to let the clock run down before you foul on that?
No, I'm not a fan of fouling.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's just they called the foul on Trey on the switch, but that's not my scheme. I mean, I'm not going to, I worry about exactly what happened. They make one free throw. They kick the ball off the rim to somebody behind the three-point line, and they throw up a three and beat you. All right, so I'm a lot of coaches have a lot of different philosophies on that. Mine was not to foul. I was not trying to foul in that particular situation.
Miles has put together some good performances in a row, and with Jordan out, do you think you're going to kind of intentionally give him a lot more looks, or is it going to happen just kind of more naturally depending on how he's shooting on the night?
Yeah, we try to get him looks. I mean, like I said, we draw up a lot of stuff for him, even out of the late game situation. He got the three in the corner where we was trying to get him an opportunity there. I mean, he didn't make that one, but Miles is a guy that we want to take advantage of how he's shooting the basketball right now. But we got other guys that are capable. For us, it's just making the right play. But I mean, he is one guy that they're going to stick with, and because of his ability to shoot the ball, it opens up a lot of things for others. When we got him on the perimeter, that roll, that dunk that Liam had down the lane, that's all because of weak side action and guys that they have to be concerned about on the outside. So Trey as well, those are guys that can get going and they can make 3 and 4 shots in a row. You're going to see Colin Smith. He's a guy that can make 3 or 4 in a row. Tyrin, whenever he's in a rhythm, he's a classic streaky shooter, But if he get it going, he can make some shots in a row. So it's just about us continuing to find that rhythm offensively, but but until we find it, like I said, kind of we've been that every year we've been here. We got better offensively, but right now our defense is ahead of our offense, and that's a good thing. You can win a lot of games as long as you can play defense. I was planning on playing a lot more zone against this team. They run so much stuff. We worked on it for the last couple of days. I jumped in the zone. They made 1 3, and I didn't go back to it for the rest of the night. So it's just it happens like that sometimes, but I do think we're going to get some mileage out of our zone before the year is over. We it worked well for us in the VCU game. We jumped in it, and they kind of stymied them a little bit. So got to find that happy medium of mixing it up. At full court press, we got a lot of stuff in our package, but it's just kind of having the right group out there sometimes. Like you look out there and there's 2 freshmen out there. I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. I want to kind of have that older group that really knows the nuances of what we're trying to do in the game when we kind of go to those packages.
You gave up that 10-0 run right out of halftime. What were the issues there, and what was different for the rest of the game?
I think it was twofold. I think we missed some easy opportunities ourselves. To where we could have, where the game was still, been, we maybe had to leave or a little closer. But again, they came out and made shots. I think it was, who was it? Mac. Mac got it going. Made a couple baskets there. And again, like I said, the percentages for us say that's the shot that we want to give him. Coming in this game, but he stepped up and made shots and. It's just the competitors. When you get in the game, we can have all the game plan that you want to, but at the end of the day, the guys got to make plays, and they stepped up and made plays for their teams. But we withstood it and found a way to hold on and had a key basket, none bigger than Tyrin's basket down the stretch. Getting into the paint. And made a big basket for us. Got us a little separation. Lynn went in there, made one or two of the free throws. He could have, probably, got a 4-point lead there. But of course, we're going to make it a little bit tougher than it needs to be. You know, that's kind of our way right now. But hopefully, as we continue to build and our process gets, continue to move forward the way that we want it to, that we'll be able to close out games a little easier and a little better than we did tonight.
You guys mentioned that 10-0 run. The guy who broke that run up was Trey Thomas. How nice is it to have him back, and what is he kind of bringing to the team right now in the absence of Jordan Wright?
Just experience, man. Experienced guys that have made big shots before, and I think that's what you count on. Younger guys, they get in early in the game, and when the game's not really in the balance, you know what I'm saying, they step up and they make shots, or they might miss them or whatever. But when you got guys that have won, Trey's won games for us. It's not like he's just, he's a shooter. He's made daggers for us in key situations, him and Miles and Jordan. And so we got a number of guys that have made big plays down the stretch that we want to make sure that we can kind of have those guys on the floor late.
With Trey, he kind of contributed to an offensive balance tonight, not just in who scored tonight, but kind of how you guys scored was really balanced.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys want to have your offensive identity as?
I would love that, man. I said that to our team today because I believe we have that, man. I feel like, of course they nodded their head, but I don't know. But I feel like we could be a team to have about 6 guys average 8, right? I think we got that type of balance to where we on a nightly night basis we could have 7 to 8 guys. And of course some nights some guys are gonna have a big night. Miles gonna get it going. Jordan to get it going, and they'll have 20. But I think our average over the season, we could be a special team to where we have, that many guys that are capable of having, of putting up 8 points a game for us. So that means that we're sharing it. That was the problem in the end of the first half. They were going under a lot of the stuff, and we got baited into some long twos. I mean, I don't mind twos, but I like twos inside the paint. Really try to get in the paint. And now if the defense converged, then we can kick out, but we settle for some non-makeable shots, right? But I think they're just shots that we could get some a little bit better. And teams are gonna go under as so we got to find a way to continue to set our screens, twisting our screens a little bit so that he can get a little deeper, because he's a really good shooter from around 15 to 17 foot, and now he's continuing to work on his 3-point shot. But again, I tell guys all the time, do what you do, for 90% of the time, do what you do best. 10% of the time, do those other things. And right now, Ed's probably more than 10% when it comes to his outside shooting. He's gonna get better at it, but 90% of the time, him getting in the paint, continuing his dribble a little bit more. That's what we're working with him on, instead of getting in there and feeling like he has to launch and finish, trick shots. Just keep your dribble around, keep probing, and some things can come open for him. And but like I said, he's a sponge. He wants to get better. His eyes are open when we're in here for our film sessions, and you're just gonna see him improve as the year goes on, as I think he will with a lot of our guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.